and welcome to online class with me Nusrat Alam, lecturer in English, Milestone College. How are you, my dear students? I believe you all are fine and very busy right now with your studies. My today's online class is on a very important poem from your EFT book. And this poem could be the longest poem that you have in your book. Yes, I'm talking about The Charge of the Light Brigade, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. The Charge of the Light Brigade is an 1854 narrative poem written by Alfred Lord Tennyson about the charge of the Light Brigade in the Battle of Balaclava during Crimean War. He wrote it on 2nd December 1854. The poem tells the story of a brigade consisting of 600 soldiers who were obeying an order to attack on enemy who were seizing their guns. Though immediately after they realized that the commander had made a terrible mistake, but still, the duty of a soldier is only to obey their orders, not to raise any question. The 600 soldiers were assaulted by shots of shells of cannons from in front and from both sides. Still, they rode courageously towards the enemy position. The soldiers struck their enemy gunners with their swords, and they broke through the enemy lines, destroying the Cossacks and Russians. Though they have lost lots of their men, but they fought courageously. The world was marveled at their courage. The 600 soldiers obeyed the order, though 2/3 of their men were wounded or killed, but still they continued their charge. The charge is the best known example of heroism and stupidity of war. We find this poem in Unit 10, Lesson 3. While reading a poem, we must understand the words and the theme of the poem, because in your exam, we are asked to write the theme of a poem or a summary. So, we should go through the poem very carefully so that we are able to find out the theme inside. Before we read the poem, we must know the history behind it. The poem, Charge of the Light Brigade, is based on a true story or event. During the Crimean War, in the War of Balaclava, the British cavalry soldiers made an attack on a Russian troop. In Crimean War, Russia was fighting against England and France because after the fall of Turkish Empire, Russia wanted to expand its power. Lord Lucan, who was in charge of Heavy and Light Brigade, received an order from Lord Raglan, stating, "Lord Raglan wishes the cavalry to advance forward rapidly, follow the enemy and try to prevent the enemy to carry away the guns." This order was carried to Lord Lucan by Captain Nolan. While delivering the order, Captain Nolan didn't bring any written order, rather than he just put his hand on the direction where the cavalry had to charge. And Lord Lucan mistook the order. The commander of the Light Brigade was Lord Cardigan. He followed the order given by Lord Lucan, and when he began the charge, Captain Nolan tried to stop Lord Cardigan. When the charge was made with the command of Lord Cardigan, Captain Nolan tried to reach Lord Cardigan from behind the cavalry. It is not clear what he wanted to tell. The attempt of Captain Nolan was a matter of debate, though he was the first casualty that was made in the charge of the Light Brigade. When Captain Nolan was delivering the order, he actually made a mistake. He put his hand in a wrong direction where the main Russian force was staying. The intention of the charge of the Light Brigade was not to charge the main Russian force, rather than attacking a small troop which was already defeated, and the British soldiers wanted to stop them to carry away their guns. So immediately after the charge was made, the soldiers and the commander also realized that there is a mistake. But being a soldier, they didn't make any question, they just followed the order. And ultimately, from 600 soldiers, only 200 could get back. Now, my dear students, let us read the poem carefully.
half a league onward, all in the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Forward the light brigade! Was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew someone had blundered. Theirs not to make reply, theirs not to reason why, theirs but to do and die. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well, into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. Flashed all their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabring the gunners there, charging an army while all the world wondered. Plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the sabre stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon behind them volleyed and thundered. Stormed at with shot and shell, while horse and hero fell, they that had fought so well, came through the jaws of death. Back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of the 600. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made. All the world wondered. Honor the charge they made. Honor the light brigade. Noble 600.
So, my dear students, now we are going to read the poem The Charge of the Light Brigade, written by Lord Alfred Tennyson. We will read it part by part so that you can understand the meaning of the lines and certain words that are used over here. I will also try to clarify certain terms that might be unclear to you. And I will also try to make it clear the meaning of the themes that are used. So let's read it first. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death, rode the 600. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Into the valley of death, rode the 600. Here you can see that the term half a league has been used 3 times because the charge of the light brigade, this brigade was going to attack a Russian troop who was half a league ahead of them. And what is league? League means 3 miles, and half a league means 1.5 mile. So 1.5 mile away was the Russian troop, and this cavalry was going towards them. And the road means forward. This cavalry team was going forward through a valley, but here the writer has termed the valley as the valley of death. Why? Because the light brigade, which was consisted with 600 soldiers, This valley was the way. What is valley? First of all, let me tell you. Valley is the plain surface between two mountains, and this light brigade was going through the valley where actually they were going to a wrong direction. Through the way, they had to meet the main Russian force and who attacked them severely from three different sides, and a huge casualty occurred over there. So that's why the writer has termed the valley as the Valley of Death. And forward the light brigade, charge for the guns, he said. Who is he? Here he is the commander, Lord Cardigan, who was the commander of the light brigade. He was commanding his troop like that. Forward the light brigade, charge for the guns. Guns means the Russian troop that they were going to attack, they were actually gunners. They had cannons with them and guns with them. Though they knew it, but they made the charge with only their swords. Cavalry means horsemen who fight with their swords. Into the valley of death rode the 600. And if the swordsmen are going to fight with gunners, then definitely we can easily understand who will be defeated. Definitely the swordsmen will be defeated. And that's why the valley is termed as Valley of Death. Forward the light brigade! Was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldiers knew someone had blundered. There's not to make reply, there's not to reason why, there's but to do and die. Here, my dear students, let me make it clear to you that was there a man dismayed? That means when a charge is made, no matter how the people or the soldiers are feeling, they have to do their work. They cannot make a question to the commander, or they cannot ask for any answer. They have to just do and die, just to follow the order, and if necessary, they have to die. Immediately after Lord Cardigan made the attack, even the soldiers could understand that there is a mistake. They are maybe going through a wrong way. But being a soldier, it was not their duty to make any question. Their duty is to just follow the order. So they followed the commander's order only. Here, dismayed means terrified, though the soldiers cannot be terrified at all. Though is the short form of THO is the short form of though, and blundered is means mistaken. As I told you, the soldiers could understand that there was a mistake. The commander has led them in a wrong way. Why the commander had done that? Because when Captain Nolan was giving the direction to the commander of the light brigade, he just pointed his hand towards the way where they had to. Other than Captain Nolan had to bring some written document, but he didn't do it. He just put his hand in a way where the brigade had to attack. And at that point, he had made a mistake. So, following his order, Lord Cardigan has also made the same mistake. Into the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon in front of them volleyed and thundered. Into the valley of death, as they were going through the valley, rode the 600. Those 600 soldiers were going through the valley to attack the Russian troop. But as they were going through a wrong way where the main Russian troop was occupied or they took their position, they attacked from left and right and from the front. So a huge number of casualty occurred over there. And how did they attack? The writer has symbolized it in this way: volleyed and thundered. They were thrown on them. The guns, the cannon shots were thrown, and the attack was symbolized with thundered. Thundered means lightning. During thunderbolts, we see lightning and we hear terrible sound, and the attack was something similar like that. Stormed at with shot and shell, boldly they rode and well, into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell, rode the 600. Here we can see that the writer has pathetically as described the valley in like jaws of hell, jaws of death, mouth of hell, because this was the place where those soldiers lost their lives, but still they had to go through. They rode and well. With courage, these soldiers went through, they followed their order, and they broke into the enemy line as well. Here, shell means cannonball. These 600 soldiers were attacked with cannon shots and gunshots as well. Flashed at their sabres bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabring the gunners there, charging an army while all the world wondered. Flashed all their sabres bare. Sabres means swords. Swords are those who were used for cavalry by the cavalry, looked something like this, and they attacked those gunners with these kinds of swords. When they opened up their sword, they also flashed, but fighting with gunners, these swords were not suitable enough to attack them, so charging an army while all the world wondered. And this kind of unfitting, this unequal fight was really shocked the whole world. And as the rest of the world or rest of the people knew that the attack was a mistake, they were shocked at that sight. Plunged in the battery smoke, right through the line they broke. Cossack and Russian reeled from the saber stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they rode back, but not the 600. Here, battery smoke means the smoke that is made by cannon fire, and plunged means absorbed. When they were fired, cannonballs or cannon fire was made. These people were almost covered with smoke or absorbed by them. Though they were attacked in that way, they still broke the enemy line. They went into the enemy troop and they destroyed the Cossacks and Russians. Cossacks mean Orthodox Christians. Reeled from the saber stroke, shattered and sundered. They also fought with courage with their swords that they had. But they after the battle, could they get back all those 600? No, they lost a lot of lives, and it is said that 400 men were killed during that attack. Again, when the here the picture is again described: cannon to right of them, cannon to left of them, cannon behind them volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell, while horse and hero fail. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death, back from the mouth of hell. All that was left of them, left of 600. Well, during that fight, lots of people died, lots of horses they also lost. And these people, these soldiers are titled as heroes because they have fought like heroes with by no though they knew that they were going to die because the fight was not equal between two equal groups. They were swordsmen and they were going to attack. They were attacked by gunners, so ultimately, these soldiers knew that they were going to die, but still, what courage that they have shown, that's why here the writer has termed them as heroes. But fighting with full courage, these people could not get back. Their courage was praised by the enemy line, but they have lost lots of their lives. And to show respect to these departed souls, the writer has written this poem. When can their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made! All the world wondered, honored the charge they made, honored the light brigade,
noble 600. This glory is never going to be faded because though their charge was wild, the charge was not a wise decision, but still the courage these soldiers, these heroes have shown, the world has always remembered it. Still, the world remembers about them and they show respect towards these heroes.
The charge of the Light Brigade will always be remembered as a battle of regret, mistake, trauma, and heroism. The brigade, consisting of only 600 soldiers, attacked a big Russian troop by mistake. They were charged from 3 different sides and most of their soldiers were killed. Still, those soldiers didn't lose their courage. They broke through the lines of the Russians, destroying the Russian and Cossacks, and they faced the cannon shots as well. To show respect to the heroes, those who were killed and those who fought that battle, the writer wanted to show his due respect to those soldiers, and that's why he wrote this poem. We must read the poem very carefully. We will try to understand the theme. From this poem, we might be asked to write the theme or the summary. The main theme of the poem is the heroism and horror of war, and the courage that these 600 soldiers showed. Try to remember the meaning of the words and the theme of the poem, and whenever you are asked to write them in the exam, please write it in one para, and don't make it too long while writing the theme. A theme or a summary of a poem should not exceed 80 words. With the hope of your better health and better education, I'm going to end up my today's online class here. See you some other time with some other topic. Till then, bye-bye.